Camellya just got even better. And yo, what's up? Today we're Roccia, which is revealed in the story. You get to play with a trial version of Roccia, right? Apparently her name is Roccia, but I call her Roccia. At least I pointed it out. Now in IGN's showcase that we got to watch on their official channel, we know Roccia should be a sub DPS of the Havoc element. And it turns out she is. She is gonna make Camellya even better. First of all, understand that her combat role is considered efficiency. So basically, you just gotta know she's like a Jeji or a Sanhua. She also have traction, which is basically an enemy gather. That's on her skill, which is going to be really good for someone like Camellya. This is her weapon. If you need this information, you can see it for yourself if you play through the story. And yeah, it seems pretty good, but it's only for herself. And from the story in the trial version, you get to see these echo sets as well, which you get to boost Havoc damage bonus for the incoming resonator, all of which points towards making Camellya insane. And with that said, let's just check out the main thing. Yeah, if we take a look at the outro skill, incoming resonator has their Havoc damage amplified and basic attack damage amplified. This is the perfect sub DPS support for Camellya. To put in perspective, this is basically the Havoc Camellya version of what Jeji is to Carlotta, if that makes sense. I'm not going to dive too deep into all the other attacks. In fact, I'm just going to show you how the team performs, right? And here we have the showcase. I'm going to show you the normal combo later. If you use your E, you're going to gain 1 bar of forte. She's going to go into midair, and every time you spam basic after that, you spend 1/3 of your forte, and you also do damage like that. At the same time, you gain Concerto very quickly. This is legit the same idea as Jeji, right? With that said, let's just show you the combo that I think should be pretty good. Now, I didn't do it perfectly. Give me some time though, right here. The team is gonna have Camellya for sure, yeah? Start with Shorekeeper is the normal shenanigans. Now, my ult is already out, so we're gonna go ahead and swap over to the Roccia. The intro skill of Roccia is gonna give you 1 bar of forte. This is again the exact same as how Jeji works. As I mentioned, I didn't showcase this perfectly. I already have 1 bar at the start. You're supposed to not have anything at the start. You're gonna come and you're gonna spam basic, which I didn't do here, but if you just keep spamming basic, you're gonna gain forte. That's how she does it. After gaining 1 extra bar, you're gonna use your E to gain the final bar. Jump over to mid-air, and as you can see as well, the E gathers the enemy in this small area here. Now that I'm mid-air, after using my E, I have max forte. Every basic I do is gonna do this plunging attack that also does really decent damage into the ultimate. That looks brilliant. Into the final bit with the echo. That echo looks like a legit Beyblade. You guys know about a Beyblade meme? What is Beyblade even about? But yeah, after that, you're supposed to swap into Camellya. You're gonna see Rover here, which, well, it's because it's a cutscene. The enemy just died, okay? The enemy just died. The damage Roccia can do is incredibly high. We were dunking like 10k and 10k and 10k every E right here. Not to mention the ult as well that does 14k. I think it can't even get better considering the echo might not be too perfect yet. And all of that is gonna translate to a boss fight that I'm about to show you. Spoiler alert, but then again, come on. If you like the game, you probably already played it through. And here we have a showcase against a boss. We're gonna start with the buffer as usual, right? Start with the ultimate with Shorekeeper. You're gonna get over to Roccia just like you would into a Jeji. This is where I'm supposed to spam basic attacks to get 1 extra bar that I didn't do because I'm a dum-dum. After getting the 2nd bar, you're supposed to use an E right now to get a 3rd bar. Damage is right there. First observation, against a singular boss, doesn't do much, right? You don't really gather a boss. After using your E, spam your basic. It's supposed to go 3 times, and as the 3rd time ends, you're supposed to have your ultimate into your Concerto max as well. I didn't do it because I did not do all the basics that I'm supposed to do, but thankfully, if you're still missing a couple of bars, it's so easy to charge it up with her, right? You can use basics to charge with her, or you can use your hold basic right here. Boom, I'm holding it up. You can see the forte charges up fairly quickly. I ended up charging 2 bars and releasing them into another E again. The E's cooldown is exceedingly low as well. You can do it a lot of times. So here we go. We maxed everything. We're gonna ult as well into the echo that actually boosts the damage for the incoming resonator. We have Camellya right here. It boosts the Havoc damage. So now Camellya has everything. With Havoc damage bonus and basic damage bonus, right now, the enemy's just dead, right? Did not crit on the 55k. That is how the team works. Camellya just got even better. With all that said, it's time for Boyce's one trick, right? We got the PowerPoint again. From all of those information, we can extrapolate a couple of stuff. Firstly, let's just summarize her. Her role is a Havoc and basic attack support / sub DPS. Literally a Havoc Jeji, right? It's really similar. The best combo is intro skill, gain 1 forte bar. Basic, I haven't tested that, so I don't know, but X amount of times for you to get 1 extra bar into another skill to gain the 3rd bar. R into spamming basic 3 times for 3 plunging attack into your ult, max your concerto, echo, swap DPS. That's all you gotta do. R2R straightforward right here. She is slower than Sanhua can, because Sanhua is just unfair. You just come in half a second, you're gone. Of course, over exaggerated, but you know, you just charge attack, E into R, boom, you're gone. The buffs that Roccia are able to do is 200 flat attack. This is from Resonance Liberation right here, which says for every 0.1% of Roccia's crit rate over 50, you gain up to 200 flat attack. You definitely want to max this effect. On top of that, I had 20% havoc. It says 200% right here. I misspelled this. It's 20%. All right, let's relax here. 25% basic attack damage bonus as well. Both of these comes from her outro skill. And to understand if you want to go for Roccia instead of say Carlotta, if you're skipping her, let's just make a comparison between Roccia versus Sanhua for Camellya. Let's say if you're Camellya main, this is what you want to pay attention to. The comparison will be versus an S6 Sanhua, because I'm gonna straight up tell you, if you don't have Sanhua duplicates, of course a base 5-star is gonna be better than a base 4-star that's not maxed at all. However, if you really want to know if it's worth it, let's say you own a maxed out Sanhua, do you want to go for Roccia at all? Let's check out the buffs that they bring. At S6, without taking into account the echo sets and all of that, you're getting 20% attack from Sanhua, 200 flat attack from Roccia. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know exactly who has numerically higher attack buff, but what I do know for sure is that Sanhua is missing 20% havoc damage bonus. However, comparatively, we have also less basic attack bonus on Roccia here. Now, the difference does not end there. Let's just move to the next slide. Let's take a look at how they are both good or bad, right? Pros and cons. Now, the first thing unique about Roccia is how she has a skill that has a good gather. In scenarios where the mobs are scattered about, Camellya's gonna have to go with her entire kit onto, say, one side of the field, and then you gotta swing your way to the other side. With a Camellya team using Sanhua, that's what you gotta do. But with a team with Roccia, there's a good chance you're able to just gather everyone into a die, and Camellya comes in, destroys everything. Not to mention, with her first inherent skill, you also have this magic box ability that again pulls nearby targets towards the box. It's a gather effect again. This triggers after you use your outro skill, and it's just really good versus mobs. It's really good as well to make people come in for Camellya to just spin infinitely, do a bunch of damage, right? And point number 2, she has higher damage potential compared to Sanhua. Well, obviously, a 5-star is gonna have better stats than a 4-star. Pretty straightforward. However, as well though, with Roccia's inherent skill that gets herself an attack boost, it actually means a lot of damage boost for Roccia herself, for it to be like burst damage too. On the side of Sanhua, you got faster concerto gain. Sanhua is still faster than Roccia easily, right? There's shorter on-field time, which also means less risk. You won't get controlled by an enemy, you won't get hit by an enemy and just cut your combo through. That could still happen for Roccia, because you gotta stand on field a bit longer for her to do all of her stuff. And with all that said, let's just go on with a conclusion. How good is Roccia, and should you be pulling for her? Well, she has high potential with Camellya for sure. Numerically, how much is the increase versus an S6 Sanhua? I'm not sure yet. However, I can't analyze this from 2 standpoints. Number 1, Kuro is not gonna release a limited 5-star that just sucks and is completely matched or is worse than a Sanhua. I don't think they're gonna do that. Number 2, just speaking percentage wise, and the fact that there's the new echo set that gives you havoc attack bonus, not only for Roccia but for Camellya as well. I think the numeric total of the amount of buffs you get should be higher than a Sanhua. Now, for sure though, if you don't have the max duplicate Sanhua, you'll definitely not match or overtake Roccia in a Camellya team. Point number 2, she's very good with Dark Rover as well. Dark Rover pretty much got like a random buff out of nowhere with this ally, right? Before, we usually use Sanhua for Dark Rover as well for the basic attack bonus, and now with Roccia, you get a better ally for Dark Rover. It's like how a Jeji is to Jinxie. It's actually still not perfect, right? It can get even better for Dark Rover. Dark Rover have multiple types of damage. After all, the basic attack is a lot of the damage, but not all of the damage, yeah? The final question, should you pull? Yes for Camellya main or sip. If you main Camellya, hey, you want the best for your main. Get yourself the perfect support for her. Maybe for Dark Rover mains, or if your Sanhua is occupied. Sanhua is for me the new Verena, right? Every team needs a Sanhua, no? Or at least a lot of the teams. I can think about Encore wanting a Sanhua, Carlotta, free-to-play version of Carlotta wants a Sanhua, Camellya wants a Sanhua, Dark Rover wants a... Everyone wants a Sanhua. Want to free up your Sanhua? Well, you can think about this person for your Camellya team. No for brokey or non-Halo DPS users, or if you're content with Camellya's performance. Now, the first point, if you're a brokey, you got yourself Carlotta already, well, give up. You ain't gonna get another character unless you're lucky. Non-Halo DPS users as well. If you only get her for the basic attack bonus, then you're just pulling her to be a worse Sanhua, so let's not do that. And if you're content with Camellya's performance, meaning, well, for me, I think my Camellya can destroy everything. I don't really gotta touch it no more. And I'm not using Sanhua anywhere else. I can just commit that to this team. I'm content with her performance. I don't need to make her better. I won't pull her. That's like the meta talk, but then the 4th point though. This is what I really think. We got yes, maybe no, and yes, if you love her design. I have to be a bit more smug with it, yeah? Yes, go queen. The meta culture. You pull people for their design. You pull people for their lore and for the fact that you love the person, yeah? So me personally, I like this person. And jokes aside as well, she actually plays decently well for me personally. It's easy to use, like easy enough. If a character feels good for you to play with, you'll never be mad at that character for getting it, yeah? And with that said, I'm Ikato. And that will be all for today. Roccia, pretty solid character. I'm not gonna say she's insane must pull, but she does make Camellya even better. So let me know what you think about Roccia, and that'll be all. Take care.